rolling on Mountain West Conference Media Day, and we were saying yesterday, getting ready for this, it's the first time in a long time where really amped for UNLV football. I mean, we always look forward to the seasons, but you come out here now and you're like, okay, they're picked, high up in the conference after last year. Jackson Woodard, linebacker, all Mountain West Conference selection, is here with us. Do you feel an energy? You weren't here last year, but do you kind of feel a different energy around the program?
100%. This team's ready. We're on a mission. It's so much fun going to that building every day. The culture's right. It's a championship mentality, and we're ready. This group's more driven than ever right now, so it's fun.
I don't want you to answer for 30, 40 years of failure to live up to anything, but I guess how does a team learn to deal with expectations, right? This program, again, it's new players, but there's never been expectations. Nobody ever expects, if you win 3 or 4 games, hey, great, good job. Now people expect you to win. Like, how different is that?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's not much different. Coach always talks about attacking one game, one rep, one day at a time. And when you do that, you aren't really focused on anything else besides winning that rep. And that allows you to be free. And then also, preparation is key. If you're prepared, it doesn't matter what the expectation is. It doesn't matter what happened last time. If you prepare the right way, you're going to be ready. And with the talent and ability that this team has, if we prepare the right way, it doesn't matter what the expectations are, we're going to win.
And I think, there's a lot of factors and a lot of reasons that we've all kind of expressed for why it happened. But why was Barry Odom able to do what he was able to do so quickly with so many guys coming in, buying into what he wanted to do? And really, it's usually a process to turn things around. Why was he able to do it so quickly? Yeah,
he's a winner, and he demands excellence. He demands winning. And he sets a standard, and that's the standard. He doesn't accept anything below that. And so when he came in with that winning standard, and he's a winner, he's the hardest worker in that building. And so that's so contagious as a group of guys. When you see your head coach working that hard, it only makes you want to work harder. And so he came in, instilled the standard. All the leaders, guys in the locker room bought into that. And it happened like it happened.
It came up again today because I guess the San Diego State coach is going to ride a surfboard on Monday. He's going to go out and try to surf for some event. And I said, okay, UNLV's coach rode a bull.
Yeah.
Did you guys watch that video? Did you give him a little grief? Did you make fun of him a little bit? That was insane that he did that. And I would never do anything like that, but you got to make fun of him a little bit, right?
So when he told me he was doing that, and I've been around bulls and I've been around, cattle my whole life, I was shocked, but I was like, man, that's going to be pretty cool. That's going to be – and then it started getting down time, closer to time, and I'm like, hey, you really wanted to do this. And he's like, I don't know what I've gotten myself into. But, dude, he went out and did it, and it really was for us. Yeah. I mean, so much respect. He loves us to death, and he would do anything. He'd ride a bull for us, and he did that. And so it was funny. The next day he comes in, and he's got the video, and he was able to poke fun at himself. So he runs through it just play by play, what happened, what was going through his mind, and the whole team was dying laughing. So it was awesome.
I went there. Actually, some media people were asking me about it today. Like, did he really do? He really did it. But you've been around. If you've been around livestock your life, I assumed it was going to be like, all right, he's going to get out on like a pony or something. Like that dude, that was a real bull.
That's crazy. It was a big old bull that was not happy to be in that cage. And when it got out, it was doing whatever it could to get him off. So back home we got steer, which is basically just cows that have been neutered. So they stay small. They're just real small cows, and it's called shoot dogging. And they let them out the chute, and then you got to wrestle them to the ground. And I've been wanting to do it, so I did it this summer. And I didn't think I could have more respect for them. But after just handling those little things, I mean, if you get on one of those, you'd get thrown off. That thing, it was unbelievable to watch. I was there as well, and it was crazy to watch that.
Jackson Woodard, UNLV linebacker here at Mountain West Conference Media Day with Cofield and Company, Adam Hill alongside. So Odom's got – I think he's probably got multiple sides, but 2 sides. We get to see the sort of poised, calm dude. I know that's not the way he coaches, but he's also got the linebacker mentality. Like, he's competitive, he can be mean. And I'm not saying they were necessarily mean. I was thrown back a little bit, coming back in the spring for some media availability, and Odom started on it like last year, not good enough. And I'm like, in this market, You guys won 9 games. You guys are heroes. UNLV football, as Adam said a couple minutes ago, that's a great season. And then I talked to Shear, and I was like, man, these guys, like they had some satisfaction out of last year, but they're like, you guys are fired up.
Yeah.
Like the end of last year, not good enough.
100%. It's not the standard. It left a horrible taste in your mouth. When you do everything you can to win, everything you can, and you don't win, it's not successful. You didn't do what you sought out to do. Like last year, in my mind, was not a successful year. Not even close. Not even close to what we want to do. First of all, we need to dominate every opponent that we play, especially with how hard we work and what we do. But not coming up with the championship and being in that game, it's just not the standard. It's not who we are. So we're fired up, and we learned so much from that, especially the way that, we lost season. I think some of it, we lost our habits a little bit. And we learned that, and we've been talking about it, just preaching it all the way back in February. We've been preaching that. And so, we're fired up going into this season, and hopefully, we'll get it all figured out.
Did you have a good season personally? Did you do what you expected? Did you exceed, maybe what you were expecting? Shear told me that, and it wasn't just me, he was talking to the whole market on a radio interview 3 weeks ago. He was like, you know what? Jackson was probably a little better than I thought he could be. He had a lot of confidence. I know he told me before you started playing, like, this guy's really good.
Yeah.
You exceeded his expectations. What about yourself?
Yeah, I mean, I thought I had a good season. I look back at film, and I have so much to work on, and that's what's so good about the offseason. It gives you so much time to work on your craft. And if it comes down to speed, to flexibility, whatever it is in the weight room, I was able to accomplish all that I wanted to accomplish this offseason, and we still got 3 weeks to go going into camp. But then when it comes to just football, I mean, I got zone coverage, rushing the passer, just taking angles. I mean, there's so much stuff that I look back on, like, what are you doing? So I thought I had a good year. I thought I could have had a much better year, and that's what I'm looking to do this season. It should be a lot better this season. I'm telling people, don't expect much, but it's going to be a different me out there.
We talked about the expectations a little bit ago. I'll follow that up by saying last year at Media Day, right here in the same room,
yep,
UNLV got 1 first-place vote,
yep,
and the person who did it was kind of mocked.
Yep.
Oh, what are you doing? Why would you pick UNLV there? Players, every once in a while, we've seen over the years maybe one guy gets named to first team, maybe one guy gets some votes. The team is littered with UNLV names all over the place, including yourself, obviously.
Yep.
Like, what does that do for you? I guess you can't really. It's nothing. It's preseason, right? It doesn't get you any wins. But what kind of message does it send to you and to your teammates to be recognized in that way?
Yeah, I mean, I think what you were saying at the end. It is preseason, so at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. We got to go earn it. Whoever it was last year was not who it was, so we got to go earn it. But it speaks volume on the team that we have and the players in the locker room. I wouldn't even be close to where I am if it weren't for my defenders that I got on the team that are playing with me, that are pushing me every day. It doesn't matter what we're doing. I'm racing to be the best in all that I do. And then it also speaks measures to the coaches. They've set us up. All we got to go do is do what we're told, and we're going to be successful. And so when you have that many people on a list like that, it speaks volume to the locker room and also the coaches.
And you talk about the coaches, we mentioned Barry and what he's done and the entire staff. A lot of people thought, okay, you had success at UNLV, you're probably going to go somewhere else. Yeah. Barry's going to move. A lot of players are going to move. I guess what message to send to you guys as players that Barry Odom said, I have more work to do here. I'm going to stay here. I'm going to continue to work at this. Yeah,
he's bought in. He's just like us, just like Ricky will tell you. We have so much unfinished business going into this year. Everyone, no matter where we could have gone, we're so focused on a championship and bringing this team together. But having a coach that comes back, that believes in this team, that believes in this city, it means a lot, and it just builds confidence in us.
All Mountain West Conference linebacker Jackson Woodard from the Rebels is here with Cofield and company. Let's talk a little personnel. We're going to have a lot of time to do this and preview the season in August, but let's talk some personnel. There were big changes at defensive back, and I'll go back to that Shear conversation where he's like, too many deep shots, man.
Yeah.
Too many deep shots last year, and so the room has been changed up. And let's also admit, you guys got kind of screwed by injuries, right? And I know you don't like to use excuses, but Baldwin and Jure going down for a while, that changed things up.
Right.
There's a lot more depth now, and it seems like there's a lot more size.
Yeah, 100%. The depth is scary. I mean, you look at that and you're like, who's going to even play? We have to play this kid, but how is he going to play? And that's exactly where you want to be. We got We got John Baldwin, like you were saying. We got Jet Elad coming back. We got Cam Oliver. plenty of guys who have a lot of experience last year, and then we brought in some real studs, some real dogs back there. And so it's a scary group, long, tall, physical group. They love to get better. I'm fired up about this D-backs, this group.
We talked about the bowl game. How different was the communication in the bowl game?
Yeah, it was quite different. The weird thing about the bowl game is 5 of us had, or 4, I can't remember how many had, the earpiece in there. So coach might say, hey, whatever, back up. Well, 5 people would back up when it's not, it's meant for one person. So it was different. I thought it was fine. I'm old school. I kind of like the signals coming from.
Do you want it this year, or are they going to have it in Baldwin? What are they going to do?
Yeah, I'll have it this year. That's what we have right now. So it's nice. I don't mind it. It doesn't change too much for me, honestly. Like I said, I kind of still like the signals just so everybody gets it. And I think it works in the NFL because they huddle. So the offense goes in huddles, the defense goes in huddles. They say a play, I repeat it back. Well, in college, if you're going against a go-go offense, they're lining up like this, and he's trying to teach it, and then I got to say it. So it's nice to have the signals, but once I get used to it, I think I'll enjoy having it in my ear.
Jackson Woodard.
How much have you guys? We talked to you in the bowl game. How much have you been able to do it? I know when I talked to Coach in spring, it wasn't quite ready yet because the system wasn't there. Have you been able to use it in practices at all?
No, so we've practiced with it, just having it on, just repeating, just in regular stuff, just checking it and everything. Fall camp, I don't know exactly, but I'm sure we'll have it. We'll have it every practice, even in like the walkthroughs and stuff. So I don't know exactly what the rules are on having it, but we'll be ready once it comes game time. We'll take full advantage of it.
You mentioned you would play offense if you could.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I think I'm recalling the story correctly. Is your mom the one who thinks that you can play everything at the highest level?
Yes, 100%. She doesn't know why I'm not a quarterback. She's confused why I don't play tight end. She's confused and me and my dad are just like, oh no, but she just doesn't know. And she loves me.
Well,
so
she must have seen you playing other sports though. And
100%.
Did you play baseball?
Yeah, I played baseball growing up,
good?
and I was a pitcher. I thought I was going to go play baseball in college. That was my original thing. I played receiver. She loved whenever I played receiver, but she just, I don't know. She's funny, but yeah, she thinks I can play quarterback. She has no clue though.
We got an issue here because we've watched the charity softball game here in town become pretty big with the.
It's Saturday night.
With the Raiders and VGK, and we saw last year Nate Hobbs, NFL player, not necessarily an outfielder in softball because he actually got hit in the head. He misjudged a fly ball. Ricky
missed the start of training camp, by the way.
Ricky White's in the game. From what I've heard, Ricky played basketball. Obviously, we know he played football.
I asked him.
DH in the game,
so he said he's batting third, and he's never swung a bat before in his life.
Oh no,
is what he was saying. No, I think he might have held it, but he's never actually played baseball. So it's going to be very fun. I'm looking forward to watching him try to swing a bat.
You're laughing already.
If he gets on, if he gets on base, he's probably dangerous on the base paths.
I mean, I would just pinch run him every time. Put him in center field.
First. Are you going to go?
I don't know. So I think it's sold out. He didn't even post anything or tell anybody about it.
All conference. And so you're all conference. You think you can get in?
So I mean, I'm sure I would love to go. It would be hilarious to see what Ricky's going to do out there.
Do you want him to succeed or fail? I mean, it's more fun if he fails, right?
I don't think I need to want him to succeed because I think he's going to fail. And I love Ricky to death, and he's going to be the #1 player in college football this year. He's not going to be able to hit it. I don't think so. I don't think he's got a chance. But, I'm rooting for him.
I have some very hardcore questions for you. Not that this hasn't been already. College football game's coming out. I know you were a little too young to be really playing it, be obsessed with it like my generation was.
Right.
How excited are you for this, though?
Man, I don't know how excited I am because I don't play video games.
Okay.
I got to go buy a PlayStation to be able to play it. But I'm excited just because of how excited everyone else is. And I got friends texting me, asking what I'm going to be, asking if I'm in it, all that. So it's going to be fun, and especially to have a game that I'm going to be able to play with myself. It's going to be awesome. And then it's going to be for the rest of my life. I'll be able to do it. So it's going to be cool.
So you said you have to buy the system. You guys get the game, right? Every player gets the game.
Yeah. I just don't play video games, so I don't have the system. So I got to go get the system.
So, but how does that work? Have they sent it to you yet? Do you get it the day it comes out? It's the 16th, I believe. So it's next Tuesday.
I wish I knew more about video games. I have no clue how that works.
You on this.
I have no clue.
I think people can tell from your voice you are not from Las Vegas.
All right.
How have you adjusted to the city?
Yeah, it's been great. I mean, just even people like y'all being around, everyone's so welcoming. I've been really blessed by the community and everyone here. And in this off season, we've been able to go out, help the community, meet fans. So it's been awesome. And then obviously it's pretty opposite. You know, I go to the Catfish Hole if I was in Fayetteville. Now I'm going to the Wynn Hotel for dinner. So change of scenery, but I've loved it. I've been telling people just even going to eat, it's a 15-minute drive to somewhere and you get to see so much different stuff, which is awesome compared to the same triangle I would be in if I was in Arkansas.
What's the order at the Catfish Hole? If we're ever in town, what do we order?
Yeah, hush puppies are the number one thing. They got
Okay.
hush puppies and some this like honey butter.
Okay.
Phenomenal. You can't be best there is. And then you got to get the catfish. So I'd get catfish with some hush puppies.
Solid.
Good deal.
Love it.
There he is, Jackson Woodard, All Mountain West Conference. The linebacker is back. Barry Odom's back. The Rebels are back. Football season is here.
Let's go.